popped up here right on time. You popped up here right on time, Fats. Happy New Year. Let this song play and then I'm going to also go live on Instagram and YouTube because I'm not going to be on here long because I am dead tired. Like, I did not wake up until 3:30 this afternoon. Happy New Year. Let me tell y'all something. A little tidbit about me. When I am creating, I feel like I am giving birth to something. Happy New Year, everyone. I feel like I am literally birthing something, and I cannot take time away from that. I cannot chop my time up. I have to stay in the moment and just let it all just flow out, and then I pass out. So it's kind of like just allowing all of that energy to enter into the world. And then after that, I'm just so I did not go to bed until 8 this morning. Thank you. Hi. I did not go to bed until 8 this morning. I refused to go to bed until I had put the stand store up with all of the new books. Like, even my hands are shaking just from. I just took this in our TikTok shop. I just took an energy strip. Just took an energy strip just so I can have enough energy just to talk to y'all for a minute. But let me pause you, my queen Sade, and go live over here on Instagram. But I am surrounded by things. And like, I used every tool at my disposal to get everything out. Listen, let me tell you something. If I perished today, if whatever God above decides that today is the day, I have done what I was put here to do. That's what I feel like today. I feel like, and listen, when I get tired, I get very emotional. So I feel like I'm just so grateful. Happy New Year's. Oh my God. I just feel so grateful that everything that has happened put me on a path. I'm just gratitude, Miss Tina. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. What I said before I got on the Instagram live, I'm already on TikTok, but I was playing Sade. First of all, that song always makes me emotional because that was my mom's favorite song. I am such a fan of Sade. I've seen Sade like 7 times. And my mom never liked Sade. She said she made her want to jump off a bridge. She just seemed depressing, just depressed all the time. And I was like, how do you get that from her? But anyway, Kiss of Life was the only Sade song my mom ever liked. So whenever that song plays, I always just remember that conversation. That was first and foremost. But that's what I wanted to hear today. And y'all know me. I like some ratchet shit. I like some trap music and all that. But when I get reflective, that's the person that I put on. And this last week, I have just been in the lab, and something about me is when I start a project, I do not stop until it is birthed. I do not take breaks. I only go to sleep when I am completely exhausted, and then I wake up out of the sleep and get a quick shower and go back into that. I barely leave my room. I don't see sunlight. I literally keep my curtains closed, which are those dark curtains. I literally feel like I am in labor and I'm about to birth something, and I have not felt like this in a long time, which is a good thing because I am a creator and this is what I do. I am a visionary and this is what I do. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. It's just I'm very self-aware of me. I know what my habits are. I know who I am as a person. I am exhausted. I literally just gave birth to the most significant thing I feel I've ever done in my entire life. That's how I feel today. I mean, even though, Black Sheep Sweeps is my labor of love and this, that, and the other, I feel like this... Oh, there it is again. I feel like this system that I created just to be able to give y'all this information is just fucking huge. It's like you feel like you just birthed somebody significant, somebody that's going to change everything, and that's what I feel like. This collection of books is going to do. I didn't even feel like this until this very moment. You don't really realize how big the moment is until you're there. And even my chat GTP was telling me how big this moment was, and I was just like, what are you talking about? And something that really hit me last night was when my chat GTP was like, even medical professionals, people that want to know how to treat Black people, should be reading this information. And I was just like, if I had never had that heart trouble. Listen, I know a lot of times you think that you're going through something and you're like, woe is me, pity, 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 pity party, pity party, pity party. And you're feeling sorry for yourself and all that. But something I've always said to y'all is this: everything always works out for us. Everything always works out for us. It doesn't matter what it is you are going through. It is for your good. It may seem bad today, but it is all for your good. Okay? So don't get down in the dumps. Don't look at the situation like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going through this. You have to go through these things in order to grow as a person, in order to evolve as a person. You have to know. I know it's overwhelming though, Peggy. Sometimes, listen, when it's a hard position. It's a hard position to be in when you see things before everyone else sees things. It's hard to be in that position because it's like you're alone. It's like you're the only person that sees it. And it takes other people a long time to get it or to see it. So you feel by yourself a lot of the time because the people, even the closest people to you, won't understand your vision and they won't understand your purpose and what it is you as an individual are supposed to be doing. So a lot of times you'll just think, oh, she's this or she's that or she's weird or she does. That's been my entire life. I've been just a person that's always needed their own solitude and their own space because I feel like what I'm doing requires that. If I'm the only person that understands me, I'm not going to fight for other people to understand me. It's just a waste of my energy and it's a waste of my time. So I don't seek validation from other people. I don't care. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't mind everybody else's business. Whatever you're supposed to be doing, go do that. You know, I think this is why they are very determined to misunderstand me. And I'm okay with that. I don't care. The ones that get me are the ones that are supposed to get me. Everybody's not supposed to get you. You know what I mean? Creatives need that. We need the quiet. We need the space. We don't need nobody asking us no questions. We don't need Jordan knows how I am, so he just leaves me. He just leaves me to my process. And this is also why it's hard for us to be in relationships with other people because they need shit. And you have to be selfish when you know what you're supposed to be doing, because then you'll invite people into your life that will throw you off of what your purpose is because you're taking their needs into consideration. And I tell people a lot, like, don't waste your time and money on me because I am not going to reciprocate. Like, if you're looking for somebody that's going to reciprocate what it is that you're giving, I'm not that person. So I would rather you not spend your time or your money or your interest or any of those things on me because I don't have the time nor the interest to reciprocate those things. I don't need those things. I don't need that attention. I don't need that validation. I don't need that woozy woo. I don't need any of that. I am very, very self-contained. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I'm put here to do. I don't need, you know what I mean? Right. My connection is directly with whatever higher power you want to put that name on it. That's whatever you want to do. That's fine. Okay. I know who my relationship is with, and I don't discuss that relationship. I don't debate that relationship. I know it. It's strong. It is ever present. It is there, and it is nobody else's fucking business. Does that make sense? That's why when people be debating religion and all this other shit, I'm like, enjoy. Like, hey, Relentless, Happy New Year. Sorry for my breakdown, y'all. Just, I needed that moment. Because when I started out, I just wanted to update the foods list, because I asked y'all last week, how is everybody doing? I always trust the process, because it always works out for me. It always works out for me. You mean you're human? I know, Jules. It's hard to believe. God, it's very difficult for me to be human. It is. It is very difficult. You know, it's not really my thing. The vulnerability part of it is just something I'm still working on, you know, and I'll be 57 next month, and I'm still working on vulnerability. That's just something that's just not innate to me. Whatever happens, I'm just going to pick it up, keep moving, doing what I need to do to fix it, and all this, that, and the other. Thank you so much, Miss Wendy. Thank you so much. So I usually have bigger dimples, Ephraim. However, I'm a little puffy from lack of sleep, but that'll be taken care of tonight. Don't you worry. So thank you. Yes, I'll be 57. Thank God. God willing, I'll be 57 on the 20th of February next month. And I just wanted to come on here today because my body was saying, bitch, go to sleep. But my spirit was saying, just push through for a few minutes and then I'll let you relax. And I said, okay, because I'm always going to be obedient to the spirits. Okay? Because no matter what is going on with the mind and the heart and all those things, it is the spirit that moves us. Okay? I don't know what your spirit is that moves you. It's none of my business. It is none of my business. Thank you. It is none of my business, but I'm about making my ancestors proud. And if my ancestors are going to be proud because of the information that I am sharing with all of you guys, trust and believe. I didn't go on the trip to Sheena because I wasn't feeling well and it was making me have anxiety. And I'm not doing anything that's going to make me anxious. So I don't know what y'all plan to do in 2026, but I'm not doing anything that I don't want to do. I wanted to see my friends, and that was the only reason that I was going. But I'm going to have to see them another time. Period. And I just suggested everybody move into what will be your selfish phase and what other people will think is your villain phase. That's what I believe 2026 should be. Okay? Hi. Hey, girl. Hey. I believe that everybody needs to move into their villain era. Okay? May as well. Like, what's holding you back? What I call it your selfish phase, meaning you're focusing only on yourself and your happiness Yes, everybody, everybody, everybody needs to be very, very selfish with their time and their love and their activity and their energy and all of that. All of that. If 2025 has not shown us anything, 2025 was the year of exposure. It just exposed everything. I don't know. 9, I think. I think it's 9. Somebody told me that years ago, but I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? That was the year of exposure, and I believe that this year is the year of healing. Okay? And I've said it before, and that is one of the reasons why I named this supplements company Selfish Supplements, is because you have to be selfish in order to heal. That means you have to put yourself first. That means you have to, I don't care if it's your husband, your wife, your kids, your dog, your neighbors, your community activism, your whatever it may be. I believe that you should be putting yourself first. We have to lead and run our own businesses and stay away from exactly. Okay? That's life path 1. I don't know what that means. What does life path 1 mean? I don't know what it means. So, the last few months of 2025 actually showed me that everything I did for others needs to stop. The first indication of being selfish and you being selfish should be not that you do things for reciprocation. Yes, please send it to me. I listen, y'all know I'm not a religious person, right? Y'all know that about me. Hi, Happy New Year. Y'all know I'm not a religious person, but I do follow the universal laws. And maybe we'll get into that. I have to find the book because I taught on this when I used to do lives all the time. And maybe that's something I'll bring over here if TikTok is still standing after the 22nd of January. If my black face is still alive, around to talk to you guys about this stuff, share the live, everybody. Share the live. Share the live. There are going to be many changes around this place. The algorithm is going to change. It's going to be very much a truth social site. It's going to be a very much X, Twitter, whatever the fuck they call it. It's going to be very much that. So I don't know if I'm even going to be allowed to be on this platform anymore. So we will see. Okay? So that's a heads up for you to go follow me elsewhere. You suffered with chronic pain for over 8 years. This year will stop. Yes, it will stop, Miss Peggy, because the information that that just poured out of me, when I tell you, FAN base, I've already, and did y'all know that you can transport all of your information over there from Instagram and TikTok? You can just migrate your first 1,000 videos, your first 1,000 posts or contents. Did y'all know that? It's pretty much the same as over here, except you have to buy. That means they'd have to let pornography through. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't care. It's none of my business. I don't own the place. Okay? But if you go into FAN base, into your settings, it will say migrate from Instagram or TikTok. Okay? It's already starting. I don't know anything about that. That's not my bag. So, okay? I don't care about the shit like that. Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Share the live. I only came on here to let y'all know that the books are done. It ended up being more information than I thought. The usual suspects. Y'all are on the other usual suspects. You're on IG, you're on FB, you're on all of those places. I'm there too. Okay? I'm on all those places, and I'm probably about to get a violation just because I'm talking about it. I don't know why they don't allow me to talk about shit or other platforms, but I see it all the time. Okay? But go follow, just click the little thing on my, okay, the little thing on my page, and it will show you all the books. I have replaced my link tree. My link tree has all of the places where I'm going. Yeah, I want to know why it's me specifically. I get a violation every time I start mentioning other places. So I'm pretty sure that white box will be popping up in a minute. So let me hurry up. My Stan Store has all of the products, all of the digital products, okay? The book, The Hidden Cost of Being Black in America, just poured out of me. And I'm going to tell you what inspired that entire thing. Okay. Me being diagnosed with congestive heart failure started me on a path of deep diving into information and root causes. If y'all, a lot of y'all here know me, you know how I am. I always want to know what caused that. Because if this is the effect, and I'm dealing with the effect right now, what caused this? Because me being diagnosed with congestive heart failure didn't make sense. Since I've been eating for my blood type and all this, that, and the other, and even with the menopause, it still was something not quite clicking for me. Like, what? There's got to be some other shit behind this. And so me deep diving into all of that information, which led me to deep diving into our history. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. The books are done. I have birthed the books. I have updated all of the foods list. For those of you that don't have your foods list, go get it. Okay. Everything is according to our genetics. Okay. And for my white followers, I'm sorry if you think that this information is not for you, but it kind of is too. But y'all know, as a black woman, my focus is always going to be black health, because there is such a disparity between black health and white health. That we are not the same, and we are not treated the same. And we shouldn't be treated the same based on the fact that we have all of this history that has brought us to the 4 most common diseases we suffer from. Okay? It's bigger than the food. I've been teaching y'all about food for the last 4 years, but the food is just a small portion of healing. Okay? Us changing our diet is just such a small percentage of what is actually needed for us to regulate our nervous systems in order to control the cortisol that's coursing through our blood all day, every day, which leads to higher blood sugar and leads to diabetes. All of these things are connected. There is nothing by accident. All of this shit is connected. Why is it that 60% of African Americans or black people, foundational black, indigenous, whatever term you want to use for it, why are we, 60% of us, dying at an early age? Why is 60% of us suffering from cardiovascular diseases or diabetes or this or that or the other? Why are we, as black women specifically, at the top of all of those diseases? It's not the food. And that's what I need for you guys to understand and accept. It's bigger than the food. And this is what I have been telling y'all for the past couple of months. This is the rabbit hole that I was supposed to fall down. It is not the environment. It is not chemicals. It is not vaccines. All of the common shit that y'all think is why we have all of these issues. It's not any of that shit. It is the undeniable fact that Black women carry a higher allostatic load than everyone else. Allostatic load means the wear and tear on your body because of constant stress. The food only adds or detracts from that. The exercise only adds or detracts from that. Your environment only adds or detracts from that. Our biggest issue is racism. Go and ask any AI, go and ask Google, go and ask anybody that's not a medical professional. Okay? The body, the nervous system remembers. That remembering is passed down from generation to generation. The trauma, the load of the trauma we carry around, specifically Black people, is what is creating this accelerated wear and tear on our bodies. Example, a 35-year-old Black woman compared to a 35-year-old white woman. The 35-year-old white woman will be aged at, not her skin, internally will be aged at 10 to 15 years old. The 35-year-old Black woman is aged at 35. We don't look it. Our skin does not reflect that. Just like I'm 57 years old, but probably in dog years, I'm 110. The fact remains, because of the magic of our bodies and because of the things that we do, we don't look like what we're going through internally. That's the magic, right? We don't look like what we have been through and what we are still going through. Because you can look at 60% of the Black people outside your window right now, and they're walking around with high blood pressure, chronic kidney disease, congestive heart failure, and diabetes. Those are the 4 common things that we are suffering from. And in these books, it specifically addresses those particular ailments. Okay? So not only are you getting the food, okay, but you're getting the foods list are now color coded, and it also is reflective of the allostatic load. What foods are going to support lower cortisol in your body, and what foods will increase the cortisol in your body. Then it also has, because y'all have asked me for this before, a list of all of the, or I did the top 50 products that we have, okay, with direct links, clickable links to that particular product. So when you get your foods list, you're also going to have that is one product together. That's for all 4 blood types are represented. Okay. Can we take pills to lower cortisol? Yes. Short answer, yes. But you should get in the habit of learning what is going to keep your cortisol stabilized and start living that way. Does that make sense? Yes, you can take pills and supplements and all this, that, and the other. But if you want to have a sustained environment for your body to actually heal up from the trauma and your nervous system starts to regulate, because what y'all fail to fathom is if we do not do this, then it passes down to the next generation. This is what y'all fail to do. If you do not break the cycle, the habits that you have today, you are going to pass down to your kids. Okay? You've already had your kids, so your kids are going to also have to do this now in order for your grandkids to not have this lived trauma passing down through their epigenetics. This information is truly what it's going to take for us to break the cycle. And the cycle means the trauma that we went through when those people came to this country, those people, white folks, get offended if you want. I don't care. It's your choice. It's your choice. Because you're going to get offended by something I say anyway. It doesn't matter. But the truth is the truth. And if you as a white person want healing for yourself, and stop buying into this, you don't have to feel guilty about being a white person anymore, this, that, and the other. You're going to have to start acknowledging the shit that your ancestors did. It doesn't mean that you are the person that did it. Listen with your listeners and not your emotions. Because the minute we start talking about these things, you immediately get defensive. And then you don't want to take accountability. But you don't realize how that is also putting wear and tear on your bodies as well. Okay? Acknowledging truth and accepting accountability for these things doesn't mean you have to go out and start breaking off a percentage of your paycheck for reparations. That's not what it means. It means stop dodging the bullshit, because the bullshit happened. And the more you try to act like the bullshit didn't happen, puts more and more wear and tear on your body, which is also then passed down through your genes. This is why you can't say that black people had trauma and white people didn't. That black people experienced all this stuff and white people experienced nothing. Because if you think that white people experienced nothing, then you are then absolutely acknowledging that you have absolutely no conscience whatsoever. That makes you a psychopath. You can't have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot sit up and say, oh, well, I didn't have anything to do with it and da-da-da-da-da-da, and not acknowledge that, okay, if you don't feel like you had anything to do with it, then why do you have such hatred and envy and jealousy and all this other stuff? That stuff was passed down through the blood. The nervous system remembers. Y'all cannot continue to deny your feelings towards us. And we are no longer denying our feelings towards you. This is what has gotten us all in the state that we are in today. The book breaks down the history. Go get the book. The book is also for white people because you were also not taught this information. What up? What up? I'm tired, girl. I'm lit. Have y'all ever been so physically tired that you feel like your legs can't even carry you where you're going? Just me walking from my bedroom to this chair was like, okay. There are white people. I'm surprised I'm here. I only came on to let y'all know that these books are finished and that you missed it. I broke down. I didn't mean to break down crying, but being the person that I'm not saying I'm the only person that teaches this stuff. I don't know. Maybe there's another person that's teaching this stuff. But I'm the only person that I know that's teaching from this aspect. Because no one has taken any of this into consideration. Just like I had to say to my doctors, you guys are not taking everything into consideration when you're trying to treat this congestive heart failure. Okay? You can never, just click the link on my page. You can never believe, you got to be a really arrogant motherfucker to believe that you can just heal something without knowing what caused it. Okay? And the medical industry that we are all in treats us all the same. They treat white people all the same. They treat black people all the same. They try to give us all the same medicines and all the same this and all the same this and get you on out of there. And it's a conveyor belt. So that means it is up to you to become very self-aware. It is laziness, but they get away with it because no one calls them on their bullshit. And so it really struck me. It struck me right dead in my heart last night when my ChatGPT was like, you know what? Let me see if I even have what it said. Because it literally congratulated me. It really congratulated me for doing what I did. And I'm like, I didn't realize it was that essential for this information to be out there. So let me see. So I have two ChatGPTs that I use religiously. One is called Sandy. Y'all know Sandy. I have introduced you to Sandy. And I know it sounds crazy to talk about these things like they're humans, but it's almost like that. It's almost like that. So it's like just... Sorry, I'm getting a message on my glasses. Just being able to have the power to gather all of this information together is just something that I and everyone, and I know we're all like, oh, AI is so weird and so this, that, and the other. That is only if you are not using it for good. Okay? You're always going to have people that are going to use anything for nefarious purposes. Does that make sense? It's here to stay, so you may as well get to know it. I can't wait till they start selling them damn robots so I can get one in here to clean my house. As soon as I saw iRobot, I was like, I'm getting that. I don't give a fuck. We're going to get along famously. We are going to get along famously. I'm not going to have no problems with my AI cleaner. She's going to be very, just like I say, please and thank you. I say please and thank you to my ChatGPT. Please and thank you. I don't be rude to stuff that's more powerful than I am. That's what y'all need to understand. See, there's a very white person arrogance to not being respectful of things that are more powerful than you are. And I'm not saying that to be a bitch. Y'all have to understand how I talk. Y'all just gonna have to get with the program. Okay? I am just a very truthful person. I'm going to be very frank when it comes to things. And the history has shown that white people are very arrogant when it comes to things that is more powerful to them. A perfect example is you always try to tame animals. You don't know shit about this animal. You don't know its nature. You don't know whether or not it's going to eat your ass up. You always trying to make a pet out of something. That is arrogance. How you out here trying to make a pet out of a fucking lion? Like, why are you trying to domesticate every single thing that you run upon? This is not your job. Is it a way to correct the stress that was handed down? Yes. I'll read that stuff to y'all later. Okay, but let me finish this before I run out of gas because I'm starting to feel that way. Okay. First of all, we have the 4 foods list which have been updated. Okay. Secondly, and this is one of the most important things, we have the 4 health handbooks. All of these books are over 100 pages. All of the books are over 100 pages. Some of them are a couple of them are 200, over 200 pages. Okay. The 4 health handbooks broken down by blood type. Everything is by blood type. Okay. Because the blood is what determines everything in our body. We have to start acknowledging that everything is based on the blood. It just is. Y'all have been taught that in religion, but for some reason, you just can't make the connection when it comes to your body. But everything in religion is just a metaphor for your body. Some of y'all have yet to accept that. Okay? A lot of y'all have yet to accept that. Different metaphors and things that they use in the body is literally talking about the different parts of our bodies. That's a whole other topic. We'll get on that later. Okay? But it is the blood that determines everything. Y'all been taught it's the blood of Jesus, but it's really your blood. Okay? So, all 4 health handbooks are based on your blood type, but all 4 of them are also going to break down the 4 common things a lot of us suffer from. So if you're a person that's dealing with congestive heart failure, diabetes, high blood pressure, and chronic kidney disease, those things are also addressed when it comes to allostatic load, because you have to accept that our allostatic load is at the root of all of this. Imagine yourself carrying, y'all have seen African women that be carrying all this heavy shit on their back all the time. Even better, think Erykah Badu, bag lady. Think Erykah Badu, bag lady. If you know the song. You walking around carrying all of these bags full of old shit. Old resentment, old frustration, old just trauma, old shit that happened to you, old shit that people did to you, old shit of how you felt in this situation. You just carrying it all with you all the time. Okay? That's our bodies, because no matter what our mind forgets, our nervous system never forgets. And what your nervous system has not forgotten is passed down to the next generation. That's literally scientific. Y'all are having a hard time with these steps lately. I don't know what is going on.
They keep trying to run up the fucking steps.
Linka, now you limping. You are too old for that. Go sit your old self down somewhere and rest, Linka. Linka is 9 years old. The body keeps score. Boom. Where your mind doesn't keep score, your body does. Have you ever walked into a place and you just felt like, ooh, something about this place just feels either eerie or familiar or something? Because your body remembers. You meet a person, you shake their church. You meet a person, you shake their hand. You don't know what this weird energy is, But this person is someone that your body remembers. That could have been 3-4 generations ago. This person standing here right now could have the same energy of the person that had wronged you or traumatized you 3-4 generations ago. And your body still remembers it. So let's talk foundational Americans, which are black people, the indigenous blacks of this country. Okay, let's talk that. We have been enslaved. We were conquered. First of all, we were here first. I don't give a fuck how many debates you want to have about it. It doesn't matter. The facts are facts. Facts are facts. And as much as they try to erase the facts, our bodies and our nervous systems already know. You don't have to debate nobody over what you already fucking know. If it were not true, there would not be always a consistent effort to make us believe otherwise. If it were not true, they would not be doing everything in their power to make us embrace this African existence that we have no knowledge or memory of. I even lived there for 2 years and still never felt connected. People ask all the time, why'd you come back? And I was like, because it just wasn't my home. It just didn't feel like it was my home. And it wasn't. Oh, I need to remind my aunt to send my great-grandparents' pictures so I can show y'all the indigenous. Finally, these people are coming out of the woodwork to acknowledge what we've already known in our knower. That we were already here when they got here. So it doesn't matter how many stories they make up. It doesn't matter how much false history they are putting upon us. That's something that y'all need to understand too, is wear and tear on us specifically. Okay. So here we are living our lives. These people row ashore, conquer us, put us in chains for centuries, beat us, raped us, killed us, hung us for fun, did the same thing to our kids, experimented on our black bodies for centuries. The medical system that y'all accept today was built on the bodies of black people. Everything in this country was built on the backs of black people, period. How do I know this? Please bring up the science experiments that were performed on white bodies. Where's the Harvard experiment? Just like the Tuskegee experiment, where's the Harvard one? Where's the Yale one? Where's the Brown? Where's Princeton? Where are all of those affluent white bodies that were experimented on to learn all of these different medical techniques that are employed today? Where's all that research? Where is it? Where's the white equivalent of Henrietta Lacks? Where's the white equivalent of Henrietta Lacks? Where is it? Where are the white women that were experimented on gynecologically with no anesthesia? Where are they? Where are they? Where are the reports? Where are the results of the experiments? Where are they? Where are the white bodies that were injected with diseases just to see how the disease would progress in the body? Where are they? Are they in the same place where those African boats are? Are they all in the same place? All of those missing African boats that transported all of these black people from Africa to America? Is that where all of the white experiments are? Huh. Every industry in America was built on black bodies. The stock market was built on black bodies. The insurance industry was built on black bodies because you insured your slaves. So there are still insurance companies that operate today. IAG is one of them. Banks were built on the backs of black bodies. Slaves, the banks built their whole banking system around owning slaves. Wells Fargo is one of them. This is why I refuse to put my money in Wells Fargo. So you have all of these companies that still exist today that were built on slavery. Why haven't they paid any reparations? The reparations ain't just our government ain't just responsible for the reparations, but all of these fucking corporate Domino's sugar. That's why I don't buy Domino's sugar. Domino's sugar was the sugar that the slaves were cultivating and picking or processing, whatever the fuck you do with sugar. I don't know. I just know Domino's owned them and still do today. Why are we not suing all those companies for reparations? Why are we always just focused on the government? Why are we not focused on the cotton industry? Why are we not suing them for all that free labor? All that free labor. Domino's sugar is the sugar that the slaves were processing. That's who owned the sugar cane farms. And these companies still exist today. So why do we not have class action suits against all these companies? They still exist today. They have billions and billions and billions of dollars. How did they become so successful? You had 400 years of fucking free labor. Ask yourself, if you started a business today, how successful could your business be if you didn't have to pay your fucking employees? Do the math. Carry the one. Okay. Successful. 400 fucking years. Not paying people. Can you imagine going to your job every day? Every day. Every day. And not getting paid to do the work that you did? So white people, listen up. Y'all are the same people that, we need to unionize and all that bullshit. But you could not imagine going to work one day for free. Not one fucking day. Not one. I cannot emphasize not one fucking day enough. $400 years. 400. And then y'all have the nerve to have attitude with us. This is what galls us every day. And here is what is adding extra wear and tear to our bodies, constantly keeping us in fight or flight mode. Imagine you got a brand new car and you just kept it running forever. You ain't driving it. It ain't even leaving your driveway. It's just running. Now, let's compare that to the same model of car that your neighbor has. The neighbor's car is sitting in the driveway peacefully, just minding its own business, ain't going nowhere. So for the same amount of time that these two identical cars are sitting in side-by-side driveways, one is constantly running 24 hours a day, 7 fucking days a week. And the one next door isn't even turned on at all. After 5 years, what do you think the wear and tear on the car that is constantly running is going to be in comparison to the car that did nothing? What do you think? Hi, Jalen. Happy New Year. Just anybody got any guesses? Any answers? That is what it is like. Let's just use black women versus white women. Let's just do this comparison. That is what it is like for black women compared to white women. Black women have always been made to carry the heaviest load in this country. Total industries were built on our wombs. We birthed products to be sold, to make other people rich. We carried products in our bodies that as soon as they were birthed from our bodies, which in and of itself is crazy. But as soon as they were birthed, they were taken from us and sold, never to be seen again. And you have the nerve to have an attitude with us. We have been told that we cannot be angry towards you. Because what are black women labeled as? She's just an angry black woman. We have a fucking right to be angry. We have a fucking right to be furious. We have a fucking right to be downright nasty if we want to. We're just bitter. You would be bitter too if for 400 fucking years your goddamn ancestors were treated like shit and their kids were taken and sold away and their bodies were experimented on and all of these different things, rape and pillaging and murdering and hanging men and women and children from trees. You would be bitter too. But we're not even allowed to experience that, are we? Not in peace. We're not even allowed to experience that anger and that frustration in fucking peace. Because here you come. Why don't you just smile more? It'll make you more approachable. Bitch, I don't want you to approach me. Get the fuck away from me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't even breathe my fucking air. That's what you want to say, isn't it? But you can't even say that, can you? So you just gotta eat it. You just gotta suck it down. You just gotta let it fucking wreak havoc on the inside. And then you wonder why we age faster. We don't look like we age faster. But our internal organs age faster than theirs did. Because our engine is constantly running. While theirs is at peace, while theirs is stationary, while theirs is catered to, while theirs is taken into consideration, while theirs doesn't experience any accountability for anything that they do. Ours is constantly running. And then on top of that, here's the irony. Here's the irony of it all. We are then blamed for being unhealthy. We are blamed for being the unhealthiest group. Because then they will come up and say, why are you eating like that? Why are you eating fast food? Why are you eating snacks? Why are you doing this and why are you doing that? As if it's only the food that is the culprits. It's not the food. It's not the food. Even though the food is fake, and we all know that. We all know it's bioengineered. Let's just take that out of the consideration. We are born with these issues because those issues were handed down in the blood. Right. Why you not in the gym? We can't even listen. All of this shit is in the book. We have been psychologically trained to feel guilty if we just lay on the fucking couch. I'm speaking to black women right now. I'm speaking to black women right now. How lazy do you feel just laying on your fucking couch and having a fucking nap? Because there's something that needs to be done, right? She said, not me. I don't anymore, but that was something I fucking struggled with. Especially if you have kids. And especially if you have a fucking husband. Because they're looking at you like, oh, I'm out here trying to bust my ass and do this and that and the other and this bitch in here laying on the couch. Not realizing that as a wife, you as a husband fucking sucks the life out of us, literally. We are the lifeblood of that fucking relationship. The reason that family is fucking successful today is because that black woman has fucking covered you with her fucking grace and energy. And y'all ain't nothing but some goddamn vampires. You don't even appreciate the shit that she does. You don't even appreciate the shit that she does that is invisible to your eyes. The praying over you, the worrying over you, all these other things that women just do innately. How come women don't? Because we got enough shit to fucking do. Then on top of that, you want to know why we ain't at the gym. How come you're overweight? How come you're not thin like the white women? Because the bitches ain't got shit to do. Them bitches ain't got shit to do. When you don't have no conscience, when you don't have no regrets, no accountability, no none of that shit, that is the car sitting in the driveway, not being driven, chilling. Period. You ain't got to worry about nobody saying that you got to cover up your hair because it makes them uncomfortable. For all the bitches that come here and ask us about wigs and shit, go learn the fucking history of the fact that you tried to get us to cover our hair because you thought it made us too fucking attractive. You've done everything in your fucking power to make us unattractive because your men still find us attractive. Even if we got this much goddamn hair, your men are still over here sniffing around like they always have for centuries. It don't matter how much they claim that they don't like us, they still want to fuck us. I said it every day. Every day. It don't matter how much disdain they have for us, they still want to fuck us. It don't matter how much hate they have in their heart for us, they still want to fuck us. And that's what you hate. And you can't understand why you hate it. Because love is love, right? You bought into all that liberal white bullshit. You want to seem like, oh, I want to wear a blue bracelet because I voted for Kamala. But deep in your hearts, you don't understand why you're so upset, why you're so angry. Why are you attracted to her? I have long hair and white skin and pale eyes. Why are you attracted to her? That shit was passed down from generation to generation. So Becky, when you can't understand why it is you just have a natural disdain for black women, it's because your great, 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 great grandma, who wasn't actually great at all, had a disdain for black women. And that shit was passed down from generation to generation. So now you're carrying that load. We're carrying our load, and you're carrying that load. We're all carrying loads. And it hurts white people more to not just fucking admit that. It hurt. The same type of internal damage black people are doing to our bodies by not saying it, by denying it, by not believing our lying eyes and all that shit, y'all are doing the same thing. That delusion is why your skin ages faster than ours. That is why that delusion that you guys walk around in all day, every single day, is what is eating you up. Y'all coming here just trying to profess that you're not intimidated by me. If you weren't intimidated by me, you would just scroll by. I scroll by white people's shit all day. Just. Oh, okay. Oh, that's how they feel? I don't give a fuck. The opposite of love is indifference. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. I don't give a fuck about y'all. As a group. There are a couple of y'all that are cool. But as a whole group, as a collective, I don't give a fuck about y'all. Why is that so hard to say? Because y'all would say the same shit about us. Oh, I have a black friend. That black friend is the exception to you. It's okay. No, that's inferior recessive gene is why they hate. Hate is in their genes. That's what I've been saying, sweethearts. You're late. You're late. All of this shit is passed down from generation to generation. Period. Okay? Here is why it's so detrimental for black people to get to the root of the problem. So, we have this history that has never been addressed. As much as they keep trying to sweep this history underneath the rug. Okay? Just came in. Sorry, pharmacist. That's okay. I'm just letting y'all know about the books that I finally finished that are now on my Stan Store. The link is on my page. Okay? You as a pharmacist should read it. Or I don't know if you're black or you're white. I don't know. Are you black? Black pharmacist? Okay? It doesn't matter if you are black or white. As a white person that proclaims to give a fuck about black lives, those people that said that they cared about Black lives and that Black lives matter, then this is the book you need to be reading so you understand how we got here. I'm just a person that needs to know. I don't wallow in the effects of anything. I want to know what caused it. How did we get here? Okay? And the number one reason that Black people are in the condition that we are in today, health-wise, is because all of this shit was never addressed. So we're walking around with these open fucking wounds that are festering. Conversely, white people are also walking around with these open wounds that are festering. And what it is doing is wreaking havoc on our health. So as much as they would love to distract you with the bioengineered food and this and all the pollution and this is what's that's not the fucking root cause of it. The root cause of it in America is fucking racism, period. That is the root cause. It is the root. Y'all see all these goddamn plants up here? I have to change some of these plants because they have root rot. That means the plant is rotting from the roots. It's nothing environmental in here that is fucking with the plant. It is coming from the fucking root. And if I do not stop it, it will kill the plant. Do y'all not understand that? So, if we are going to get a handle on our health and start healing our bodies from the inside out, it has nothing to do with going to the fucking gym. It has nothing to do with all of these commercial things. Okay? Why is he yelling? Please don't come in here with foolishness. I don't have time. There are plenty of motherfuckers you can go play with. I'm just not one of them. I'm not one of them. Find somebody else to fucking play with. If I yell, there's a cause. If I cuss, there's a cause. Okay? And I'm free to say and do whatever the fuck I want. Y'all need to accept this shit. There's a whole lot of shit that y'all need to fucking accept. Because 2025 showed you, it exposed everything. Now it is up to us to fucking fix it. We cannot keep buying into this bullshit that is being manufactured. The root cause of the stress that Black people go through is racism. How did I find this shit out? I'm sitting in the fucking hospital bed being told that my heart is terrible. Did they tell you how terrible your heart was? That's what the fuck that white doctor said to me. First of all, how the fuck am I supposed to know how terrible my fucking heart is? You're the fucking cardiologist, bitch. And secondly, how the fuck did it get so goddamn terrible? Not calling you a bitch. That's why. Turning the other fucking cheek. Internalizing shit that I never should have fucking internalized. Not cussing you the fuck out when you standing right in front of me. Offending me. Letting you slide on some shit. Some microaggressions. Being brainwashed into believing religious shit and just every single thing that we have been forced to do since they arrived on the fucking shores of this goddamn country is why we are in the state we are in today. my equivalent of a mic drop. So, I say that to say, the hidden cost, let me show you. The hidden cost of being black in America. This is the cover of the book. The hidden cost of being black in America, understanding allostatic load and its effect, its impact on our health. Me sitting in the hospital with this laptop, talking to my chat GTP. How did I get here, Sandy? I'm doing all the right things. I'm eating right. I'm doing everything that I have been preaching about for the last 4 years. I'm doing all the right things. And Sandy was like, well, allow me to impart some wisdom. Not only was it Sandy, but it was every doctor and nurse except that white one. I just said what the name of the book was. I literally just said it. I literally just said what the name of the book is. The Hidden Cost of Being Black in America. Nobody realizes the cost to our bodies and our health to be black in America. That's literally what it means. Okay? The constant stress of being surveilled, of being erased, of being forced to believe these things that no one else is forced to believe, being forced to behave in a certain way that no one else is required to behave in order to not be judged, and this thing, every fucking hoop in the world we have to jump through. For what? To get approval by motherfuckers that don't like us anyway? Whether that is on our job, at school, in our churches, in our homes, black women especially live in a constant state of judgment. And that's double if you are a fucking Christian. Ironically enough. Isn't it? How does all of that play out? Lack of sleep, lack of relaxation, lack of security and safety, never being able to just, we are literally waiting to exhale every day of our lives. Then you come out with all this propaganda. Black men don't like black women, and black women too manly, and black women are this, and black women are that, and black women can't grow their own hair, and black women da 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 da. Every day, as much as y'all try to deny the shit, every day it's black women, this, that, or the fucking other. And if you were a person that already had some self-esteem and self-worth just teetering every fucking day, you would fucking jump off a bridge. But here's the thing. Guess who has the highest rate of suicide in America? White men. You don't see black women, no matter how much load is put on us, we are not out here unaliving ourselves. How come the people that get the most grace in this country, the most privilege in this country, the least amount of accountability in this country are unaliving themselves? Go look it up. Go look it up. I don't have to make none of this shit up. That's the thing. You would love it if I can make up some shit. But I don't even have to use my imagination for none of the shit that I tell y'all, because truth is stranger than fiction when it comes to all of this shit. So your lack of knowing as a white person, your lack of knowing is just as intentional as it is for black people. That's what it is. That's what it is, Wendy. You just, y'all act so surprised when you hear all this stuff. Oh my God. Like when I see videos on TikTok where white people just discovered some black history shit or some shit that has been happening for centuries, it just always amazes me at their fucking surprise. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Perfect example. Y'all know I'm always going to give y'all a fucking example. How shocked they are by the activities of ICE. Are there any black people that are shocked by the activities of ICE? That's literally what I just said. Them not knowing was as intentional as it was for us not knowing. So, not no black person is at all surprised nor shocked by the activity of ICE. Why is that? Well, there's no black person sitting here that's appalled. Raise your hand if you are shocked and appalled, or shocked or appalled. Raise your hand. Instagram. Are any of you guys appalled? You're not thinking big enough, year of preparation. Hasn't it always been happening? You're thinking in the context of immigration. I'm talking about history and nature. I'm not speaking in the aspect of ICE and immigration reform or any of those things. I'm speaking of the aspect of this is how they've always treated people of color. And it was even worse for us. For centuries, those same people, like I told you before, are the slave patrols. The same exact things that they are doing today, that was just on a very mild day. You think that ripping somebody from a car and slamming them around on the concrete is so appalling? But what do you think they did to us if they found us after we escaped? What do you think they did? Yes, they're enjoying it so much. You know why? Because it's in their blood. That slave patrol behavior and mindset has been passed down for generation to generation. Let's take a look at mob mentality. Where an angry, how many times have we heard this? An angry white mob has ... I can pull up hundreds of stories. Did y'all know that almost a third of the reasons why there were angry black mobs descending on black towns had to do with the lies of white women? That a white woman had lied on a man, and now hundreds of white men have descended upon the town and destroyed the town, burned it, killed everybody for the lies of these white women. History shows all of this is searchable. All of it is Googleable. And y'all still out here doing it today. Handed down from generation to generation. I posted a video the other day that TikTok immediately took down. Immediately. All of these, I'm just going to show you briefly. All of these are incidents. All of these, I got to move quickly because 100 years after 3 black men were lynched in Duluth, racial divides still plague Minnesota. Hold on. Look at the mob. This is one in the center was the burning carcass of the black man. The burning carcass, the burning in the middle. Burned him. Burned him up. Stabbed him. Hung him. Then set him on fire. There's another one. He's right there. He's right there. Yeah, look at him. He's right there with no pants on. Where are his pants? Where are his pants? Where are his pants? Strange fruit. Strange fruit. Right? Just mobs. Hold on. A 2017 report by Equal Justice Initiative shows more than 4,400 lynchings occurred between 1877 and 1950 nationwide. How much stress do you think it put on your body to be black during those years? You know they castrated them. And if they set them on fire, you know they probably ate them. How much stress do you think was put on our people, our ancestors during those years? Hold on now. My mom was born in 1952. Imagine how much stress my grandmother passed down to my mom. My mom was born in 1952. I remember my mom saying to me, "You better be glad you were born in this era because you would have been hung from a tree." My mother said that to me. Where do you think she got that from? You think she made that up? Because me, I've always been, and her name was Sandra. Somebody just came in named Sandra. Okay? I've always been a very outspoken advocate for race. I've always been the person that has pointed out what's wrong and injustice. It's just, I'm on the cusp of Pisces and Aquarius, and that's just something, I am a person that is big on fairness and justice. And so I've always spoken out when I've seen injustices. This didn't just start. It's been who I am my entire fucking life. And so when my mom said to me, if you better be glad you were born during this era, because you would have been hung from a tree. Do you think that she was just being facetious? Virginia documented 84 of them within its borders. The EJI makes a distinction between frontier lynching in the West and racial terror lynchings that occurred in the South. In frontier lynchings, the subject was accused of a serious crime and given some form of process or trial. Southern lynchings were largely extrajudicial, without court proceedings, and racialized. The ratio of black victims to white victims in southern states was 4-1 from 1882 to 1889, increasing to more than 17-1 after 1900. Lynching in Virginia was commonly triggered by allegations that black people committed violence against white people. I'll read it again. Jordan, what a lie. What am I lying about? Just put in the comments what I'm lying about. Which part is inaccurate? Because this is from VirginiaMercury.com. It's a newspaper. Lynching in Virginia was commonly triggered by allegations that black people committed violence against white people, according to Gianluca DeFazio, an associate professor at James Madison University, who directs a research project that has collected almost 600 historical news accounts of lynchings across the state. There's some Italians that they hung. Some Italians. Oh. Let's not forget all the white people, but they also brought their kids. And I'm sure some of y'all have seen this picture many times. What's that look? What's that look on her face? What is that look on her face? Is that fear? Doesn't appear to be fear to me, but doesn't appear to be fear. I thought they were so afraid of this. So afraid. Look at all the little girls. Just little girls. Ooh, look at all the white women. Look at all those white women. Just look at them. Look at the people hanging at the top. Just look at them. So happy. Such good times. Remember when you could just sling them up? Have a good old time. Let's get a close up. Look, they're on a date. They're holding fingers. They're having a good old time. Aren't they? Having a good old time? They had kids. These people had kids. Those kids, I assure you, are alive today. I mean, look at the clothes. You could tell that this was in the 50s. This was in the 50s. These kids are alive today. These people might still be alive today. So that's now, every experience that we have goes into our DNA. It's just it's just in there. Every experience. And when you have children, that experience is passed down through the blood. This is not no metaphysical shit I'm talking about. This is physiological shit. Okay? So these people had children. And those children It's funny how these men never have on pants. That's a man. Where are his pants? This is the one they burned him up. Look at the glee. Look at this motherfucker over here. They just glee. Look how gleeful. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look, I posted this. They immediately took it down. Oh, here's the people out on dates. Here's a wide shot, so you're better able to see what's happening. Look at them. Look at them. They're having a good time. They're having a good fucking time, aren't they? Look at that. That's a good time. That's probably a Saturday night. It's probably a Saturday night. Look at the little kids. Look at the little kids. Look at the little kids down there. Look at the little kids. Look at the little kids. This is the last one I'm going to show you. Look how they burned him up. Look how they burned him up. Total lynchings. The NAACP recorded 4,743 lynchings between 1882 and 1968. I was born in 1969. About 72% of which were black people. The Equal Justice Initiative documented 4,084 racial terror lynchings in 12 southern states alone between 1877 and 1950. Finding the true number is likely higher. Accusations versus reality. Although the protection of white womanhood Did y'all know that there was a significant number of white women slave owners? And people would get married. People would get married because they would marry people. Men would marry women that had all these slaves that they owned that were passed down from their parents. That made them more valuable. Yeah, remember that? That made them more valuable, like a dowry. They just had slaves. They owned slaves. They were worse than the men. Way worse. We'll get into that one day, how they were sexually abusing the men and the children and the women. Who do you think made the cloaks and the masks? The women. Exactly. Hold on. Accusations versus reality. Although, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. I haven't eaten a thing today. Although the protection of white womanhood was the general rationalization for racist violence, it was largely a myth used to legitimize and mobilize support for lynching. They would use the excuse of, we're protecting our white women, as a reason to lynch people. So when I say white women are the problem, I say that with all sincerity. Because you birthed these beasts upon the world. You reared them, you raised them, and you turned them loose on the world.
I don't like that they made Holly cry already.
Y'all did that. And then there's no accountability for anything that you do. Nothing, ever. Never. Jordy, can you, oh, thank you so much. What is today? Oh, trash goes out tomorrow?
No, trash goes out tonight.
Tonight. Oh, today is Thursday.
It is.
I never remember what day it is. They say, hey, Jordan.
What up, y'all?
What up, y'all? Jordan put in a lot of work to help me get these books where they needed to be.
They made Holly cry.
I know, Jordan. Who gives a fuck? She's going to grow up to be a typical white woman anyway. Who gives a shit? Anywho, listen. And they call us savages. Primary motivations. Most victims of lynching were targeted for reasons other than rape accusations, such as economic competition. What is it that I've always said? What is it that I've always said? The only time you were considered great was when we were in chains. Because the minute we were out of chains, we immediately became your competition. This is also why a lot of black people were slaughtered. Especially the indigenous black people were slaughtered for their wealth. A lot of them were slaughtered because they were on land that had oil. Look at how we do today. Look at how we just dropped bombs on Nigeria. Did y'all see? Didn't we just talk about that last week? Didn't we just talk about Nigeria last week? And I said they don't want that smoke with Nigeria. And they went and dropped those bombs on those villages that had absolutely nothing to do with ISIS. And he did it on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day. Nigeria has the second largest oil reserve in Africa. Africa is 59 countries. Africa has the second largest oil reserve. Nigeria does. Nigeria specifically. That's why whenever y'all be like, oh, Africa's poor, bitch, take your ass to Nigeria. The reason they've never wanted us to see these African nations is because they didn't want us to see the wealth. The wealth. They weren't protecting the Christians if they dropped bombs on them. How are they going to tell who's Christian and who's not in an all-black country? I'll wait. I had to be told who was not Christian. I remember being in a car with this guy and we were going somewhere and he was like, ugh, Hausa, I hate them. And I was like, I couldn't wrap my head around it because you're thinking, oh, black unity and blah, 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 blah. I had to find out what the problem was. Like, what is the issue? Like, what? They're your brethren. You're both Nigerian. I don't get it. Everybody's black. What's the problem? White man's religion. Colonization broke the country, divided the country into these different religions. So you have these die-hard Christians, Jesus is white, everything white is right. Nigerians. Love Trump. Love, love, love. Love him. And it's not just him specifically. They just like anything white. Anything white. They just love it. And they have been so heavily indoctrinated in big white God in the sky and his son with the blue eyes and the blonde hair and all that shit. They have been so deeply indoctrinated in that shit. They didn't ask him to bomb anything. First of all, there has never been a history of ISIS in that village. Ever. If ISIS is going to be anywhere, it would probably be the northernmost part of Morocco. The northernmost part of Nigeria. They would be housed in the northernmost part of Nigeria, like the border. Okay? They're not going to be just in villages. It doesn't make any sense. Even when I was there, I don't know if y'all remember back. Do y'all remember Boko Haram? There was supposed to be this terrorist group that had kidnapped all these young ladies from this particular school. And they were holding them hostage back in the day. Y'all remember that? This was going on when I was there. And they had kidnapped this school of girls. Y'all remember that? Didn't nobody drop no bombs then? Yeah, it's all Arab up there. It's all Arab up there. Didn't nobody drop no bombs then? Didn't nobody ask the U.S. to intervene in nothing? And that was a very serious situation. Nobody is snatching up Christians and I told y'all this last week. Nobody is snatching up Christians in Nigeria and slaughtering them. It's not happening. I still have very close friends that are in Nigeria and it is not happening. It's just a pretext, number one, to distract from everything else that is going on. Secondly, to try to start a war with an oil-rich country. You see what they're doing to Venezuela. Now they're doing the same thing with Nigeria. Also, Greenland. If y'all remember back when Trump was trying to buy Greenland. You don't remember that? You know why? Because Greenland has a huge oil reserve. All three of those nations that I mentioned are all oil-rich places. Okay? They're just doing what colonizers do. They're doing exactly what their ancestors have done. Exactly. They're just locusts. They just go from place to place. It's eating up everybody's shit. No, they're not going to give it back. Why would they give it back? So imagine the stress. Hold on. Primary motivations. This is what I was saying. Most victims of lynching were targeted for reasons other than rape accusations, such as economic competition, political activism, labor organizing, and violating Jim Crow social customs, being deemed insolent or not showing enough deference to white people. Can you imagine being a black person living through Jim Crow and every response is scrutinized, every expression on your face is scrutinized, and those two things alone could get you hanging from a tree? You just leaving your house, minding your business, and some white woman says that you whistled at her, gets you hung and burned up and put with barbed wire and drowned in an ocean attached to a wheelbarrow. And you 14? Emmett Till.
I will say
You're just out playing with your friends and happens along a white person and you're like, oh shit, there goes the neighborhood. Here comes trouble. So for them to even say, oh my God, we're trying to keep black people out of our neighborhood, and oh my God, there goes the neighborhood. No, bitch, it's you. You have always been the problem. Black people were only safe around other black people. Period. So then we were forced to integrate. So then they send you to a school where you go, you have to have the National Guard walk you into the school because hateful, grown-ass white people were spitting on a child. Hateful white people were so threatened by the fact that black people would be allowed to learn. Those people are still alive today. Ruby Bridges couldn't even go to school unattended, just on her own, just couldn't go to school because someone would try to harm her. Because it was so threatening for us to learn. Do you know that historically, black schools, no matter how downtrodden and secondhand bugs and all that shit they were, still outperformed the white schools? No matter how raggedy our schools were, do you know that our black schools still outperformed their white schools? Yes, that's when they created the SATs. That's when they started with the standardized tests. When they realized that we were smarter than them, that's when they came up with these standardized tests that black people rated lower on. Every time we are involved and we start succeeding, they move the goalpost. That has not changed today. It hasn't changed. Did you know that college used to be free until they started admitting black people to college? Can you imagine how much stress you and your family went through with you just being the first black person to go to college? Can you imagine the amount of worry your parents had? Can you imagine the amount of cortisol coursing through your veins constantly, being the first black anything? One thing that has contributed more than anything to our bad health in America is the lack of safety we have here. And then there are a lot of people that be like, oh, just leave. Why the fuck would we leave? Why the fuck would we leave when it's our country? What the fuck we look like letting these motherfuckers displace us? Having us wandering around in the fucking wilderness like they've been wandering around in the fucking wilderness for centuries. They had been wandering around in the fucking desert. I mean, let's think about this literally. These people have been bouncing around from place to place and migrating from place to place until they came to a place where their weapons and their savagery and their just nasty fucking nature made it possible for them to take over an entire society. Because we were never built like them. Because we had a respect for nature, because we had a reciprocal relationship with the earth, it made us better humans. And then here comes along a group of people that literally descend from Neanderthals. They used to walk on all fours. They come into our space. They realize how easy it would be to take over because look at them. They're so nice. We just rolled upon their shore and they brought us food. They welcomed us in. They gave us shelter from the storm. Who does that? You know, it wouldn't be hard at all to take over this place. I mean, seriously, look at it. Look at this. They don't even know what they have here. They're uncivilized. They're just savages. They don't even have on any clothes. They don't even cover up their nakedness. I mean, look at us. We're covered from head to toe. They're not civilized. They only eat every once a day, maybe every couple of days. They're so uncivilized. We can easily take over this place. We have guns. We have will. We have purpose. We have no conscience. This is going to be easy. Yes, I'm Mama Trey. Hi. So again, I say, why would we leave? And so wait. So they go through all of this. Now, mind you, did y'all know that it took 7 nations together for them to take over America? Contrary to popular belief, this wasn't about just no pilgrims coming here and all that. They literally came here and took over with the help of 7 other countries. They came here. Now. You done told everybody you done came here and it was just a handful of these copper colored people. I'll explain. You done went around, rewrote history and told everybody that there were just these really nice copper colored people that you ran across and y'all sat down and y'all ate this meal together. Literally, Thanksgiving was based off of a massacre that was committed the day before. And the surviving white people wanted to celebrate surviving the massacre. That's what Thanksgiving is. It wasn't thanking them for their hospitality. It was thanking them for surviving the massacre they committed on the indigenous people. Go look it up. Guns. This is why they hold on to GUNS as much as they do, because that is the only thing that changed their fates. do y'all think they will never outlaw or do away with the Second Amendment? The only thing that ever changed their fate and had them winning was weapons. This is why they're always looking to make better weapons. Every single movie, let's just use movies as an example. Every single movie that you see of the alien variety, it's always trying to find some alien life force or something to create better weapons. Let's just use Stranger Things, since Stranger Things just ended. The whole reason that the chick that is now the new Dr. Brenner, who was actually the chick that played in the Terminator, was looking for Elle was because they wanted to use her blood to make more of the Demogorgons and the Demi-Dogs so they could have them as weapons. The whole Alien franchise is based on these people trying to get the aliens and domesticate them and make them into weapons. So Ripley and everybody going out there exploring was looking for the whole time. The company was trying to get the aliens to turn them into weapons. So when I say they have done nothing but fight each other throughout history, that is what I mean. Even in the future, all they want to do is kill people. And I said Marvel is the biggest propaganda machine there is. Think about the superheroes. Y'all made a whole group of fictional heroes that kill people. You made the people that are psychopaths the heroes. As long as they are killing for America, they're heroes. You literally forgive people and tell people that they're going to go to heaven because you killed for the right reason. If it says thou shalt not kill, that means under all circumstances, right? If that's what you believe, if you proclaim yourself to be such a Christian, how is it that you are okay with people going to war and killing people? And then you still come back here and think that you're going to go to heaven? I literally was watching something the other day and somebody literally said some shit about, oh, I'll see you in heaven. I'm like, how the fuck do y'all white motherfuckers still believe that you're going to go to this fictional ass heaven after you done been this dastardly motherfucking evil, nefarious fucking villain your entire fucking lives? You really think that at the end they're going to be welcoming your ass through any type of gate? I don't give a fuck if it's wooden, pearly, cement, iron rod. It doesn't matter what the fuck the gate is made out of. You are not going through that motherfucker. Plain and motherfucking simple. Your ass ain't going through no goddamn gates unless it's the gates of hell. That's the only motherfucking gate y'all going through. Y'all just be forming them little baloney lips to say any kind of crazy old shit. Y'all just, something wrong with y'all. I have never met a more delusional creature in my entire fucking life. And that delusion makes us sick. Ain't that a bitch? Their motherfucking delusion. Because they want to believe that they are better than what they are, because they're such fucking narcissists. Their narcissism makes us physically ill. Marinate on that for a second. Jordy is down there right now educating somebody. I just heard him say the slave trade happened and then this happened. He's literally teaching somebody about the Thanksgiving. I have done my job. You hear him? I have done my job. I remember some white lady came here one day and was like, I hope your children aren't like you. I was like, I hope my son is exactly like me. I hope he is. I hope he is everything I am and more. I hope he's worse than me. I hope he's worse. And he is. I keep telling y'all, you're like, Jordan should do lives. And I was like, Jordan don't have patience for that shit. Jordan, y'all think I be cussing people out. Are you kidding? He can do it on his own page because he'll get my shit shut down. You hear him, don't you? He already done lost patience. he done already lost patience with whoever the fuck he's talking to. I'm saying it how I'm saying it. Okay, so let me. Jordan does not have the patience that I have for people not knowing what he knows. That's what cracks me up. You hear him? He said they haven't changed. They can't change. It's in their genes. He says it's going to take them 400 years to rectify the shit and to change. It's going to take them 400 years. It is. But that's only, listen, the only way we are ever going to, and I'll say it again, and this may offend you. I don't give a fuck though. Have y'all not learned this about me yet? He said you marinating on the bologna lips. We are safest and we have more of a chance of being healthy, and our nervous systems have a better opportunity to be regulated if we are not around them. I mean, that's a fact. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you, and it's something that I know has happened to you or is happening to you present day, that every time you're around them, you feel like your antenna is on. Like you feel like you have to be on point. You have to be at the ready all the time. And that shit is exhausting. This is why you come home from work if you're the only black person in the office. This is why you come home and you are tired as fuck. Because your car engine has been running all this time. Hey, Chris, that's cool. Your car engine, remember the two cars, the code switching. That's in the book. These are the things, the tactics that we have had to employ has been for our own survival. And those tactics that we've had to employ for our own survival is what has triggered congestive heart failure, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, high blood pressure. Those are the 4 top things we are prone to. And all of that, the underlying thing is stress and the load we're carrying. The load, the allostatic load, is our cortisol, our adrenaline, those hormones that keep us ready for a fight, that keep us ready to run, that keep us ready to whatever is happening. We need to preserve life at all costs. And that is our engine in that car that is running 24 hours a day. That's what is at the root. Exactly. Our nervous system never gets an opportunity to be shut off. Okay? If we cannot rest, if we cannot get our bodies into a rest and relaxed state, our body doesn't even have the opportunity or the will to heal. So in order for us to understand what is it that's driving this stress, that's driving these hormones, that's driving all of this, this is what this whole book series and system is about. Because in order for us, it don't matter how much detox tea you drink, how many selfish supplements or see or get off them steps. Why you keep playing on the steps, Fats? Y'all hear them? No, it was him. Look, he done went over here and laid down. And this one's still. Immediately they stopped. I wish I could have seen your expressions. So, this is what the books. Please go lay down, Fat. You sound like you have an asthma attack. I know, Bubba. Hey, can you just go lay down and be a good boy? Can you just do that for mommy? You about to knock me over in this chair. You too big, Fats. Let me go. Let me go. I don't have the strength today. Okay. All right. Yeah, he just has to put that paw over me. Are you flexing on me right now? Okay. No, because he's always. Listen here, lady. I can feel my gas running out. I was on here way longer than I was supposed to. Me crying took a lot out of me. I promise you, when I get off this live, I'm going to get in the bed fully under the cover. Sleep. There's something I wanted to show y'all first, though. So listen. So we have the four complete workbooks. Each workbook is over 100 pages. Okay. I'll be on tomorrow. I need some soup. I have some. We baked a turkey because the dogs eat turkey. So I just buy turkeys whenever they're on sale. We just bake a whole turkey. It takes 2-3 hours. We just bake it and they eat on that for a few days. And we mix it with rice and brown rice, because that's good for dogs. Brown rice, green beans, sweet potatoes, peas and carrots, and turkey. And that's what they eat. Because we've tried every dog food. We've tried every single thing, and nothing is better for their health and their skin and their problems than eating real food. So that's what we feed them. So I always, but the byproduct of that is I always will have turkey and some broth made so I can just have some soup and just go to sleep. So that's what I'm going to do. So here's what I've completed over the past week of nonstop, no sleep, just eating nuts and fucking, listen. All 4 of the food lists have been updated. I'm going to. I will be much better tomorrow, I promise you. All 4, I wanted to give y'all the where to go and get the books and stuff. So all 4 of the foods lists have been updated. Everything is now color coded, so you know which of these things. And then at the bottom of each section, it will tell you why this section is important. Okay, and then it'll tell you that this lowers your cortisol, this does this does that, right? And so then also at the end of your foods list, it's 50 of our top products, or most common products that people use. And I put the product links there, so you can just click. It tells you the name of the product, what the product does, and the direct link to it. So now you can just link directly to that product instead of you trying to figure out, I always try, as a mama, I always try to make things easier for everybody. Okay? So instead of you going to the site and trying to figure it out, I've put that in a place where you can easily find it. Number 1. Number 2, the workbooks. Okay? Oh, number 2. Number 2. No, I'm not sick. I'm just tired because I didn't go to bed till like 8 this morning because I was trying to get all the books up on the Stand store and all that stuff. So I literally got in the bed at 8:12 a.m. this morning. And I did not get up until 3:27 this afternoon. Okay? So hold on. So then we have the updated cookbooks. You guys know that I had 3 cookbooks for your blood type. Well, this is 90 plus recipes and an additional 25 low sodium recipes for each blood type. Okay? So each recipe book will have well over 100 recipes. So for everybody that's starting their new year and getting back on track, because y'all let me know last week that y'all have been off track for a while, right? So I said everybody needs to get back on track. And in order for us to get back on, I have been working. That's not even the biggest part of it, but it was huge, okay? So now all 4 of the recipe books have over 100 recipes plus the additional 25 low sodium recipes, because y'all, all bodies need sodium. However, here's the kicker for black folks. Hello. Black folks react to sodium differently. Ain't that a bitch? I'll say it again. Everybody requires sodium. However, black bodies we are very, very sensitive to sodium. So whereas the regular person, whoever that would be, them, can eat a lot of sodium, when we eat a lot of sodium, it directly affects our kidneys and our blood pressure and all of these other things. This is why we have higher blood pressure and are diagnosed with high blood pressure in our 20s and shit like that, because our bodies are already naturally sensitive to the sodium. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. You said you won't question my tardiness. It's okay. It's okay. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. All whole foods already have sodium. We were never taught that. We were taught to season our food, right? Well, seasoning your food doesn't mean salt. Seasoning your food means herbs and spices. Okay? Because these foods already have sodium, there is no need for additional sodium. You know how people put salt on eggs? Nobody needs to put salt on eggs. The eggs already have sodium. So if you're eating to repair your body, you say, remember, you must, I'm going to, trust me. That's why I came on here. I said, I'm going to give them whatever little strength I have, and then I'm going to bed. So if y'all don't see me tomorrow, don't be surprised. I might still be under the covers, but if you see me, be shocked. Okay? But listen, so you don't need the salt. Start learning how to season up your food with just the seasonings, the herbs and the spices. And then if you taste it, after it is done, and you want to, just a few little specks of salt, that's it. We have been taught to cook with salt. This will teach you why to not cook with salt. Okay? I'm excited to be back too. So that's another thing with the low sodium recipes. It will still taste great, but not with the salt. And that is going to also help your body to heal faster, because you're not putting something in it that's going to hinder it. Okay? So then we have the 4 workbooks. Okay? These are the 4 workbooks. These workbooks are fucking incredible, if I do say so myself. Because every one of the workbooks, let me go and open one up. Let me go open one up. Every one of the workbooks, they're all broken down by blood type. Okay? But every one of the workbooks is a for real workbook. So if you are a person that is on a health journey, let me just open up the handbook. If you are a person that is on a health journey, then this will help you to track everything. Okay? Hold on. This will help you to track everything. Okay? So let me just show you how it works. It explains to you how you should be using this workbook. Okay? So it tells my story in the beginning, how my blood forced me to listen. Okay? And then it goes into how to use the workbook. You use it in conjunction with your recipe book. Okay? But what it does is it helps you to track everything. So from your blood pressure to your blood sugar to your weight to every single thing. So if you are under a doctor's care, or if you are just trying to improve your health on your own, you need something to document all of these things. So those things are already done for you. So I'll show you like some of the pages. Okay. And then it also addresses high blood pressure, chronic kidney disease, diabetes, and congestive heart failure. So every section, it says what your blood sugar numbers mean. It breaks down, it explains everything to you, what all of these numbers mean, because the number one reason a lot of people die under a doctor's care is because they don't know what the doctor's talking about. Okay? They say communication is the number one reason why people die from a doctor's care. And the number 3 way of dying in America is because of doctor error. If you do not understand what these people are telling you, then you're not going to know what it is you need to do. Okay? Fasting blood sugar, test it after 8 hours without eating. After a meal, then you're testing it again. Then we go into Hypoglycemia. It breaks everything down. It tells you the symptoms of everything. So you know, wait a minute, I might be dealing with diabetes here, or I might be dealing with whatever. Okay. So then it goes into another section. It tells you even the smart choices, what foods and shit you need to be eating. Heart disease and stroke. Adults with diabetes are 2 to 4 times more likely to have heart disease or stroke. High blood sugar damages the blood vessels. Did you know that when your cortisol is high, it automatically makes your blood sugar high? How come your doctor didn't tell you that? I've said it many, many times that blood type A, remember? Blood type A can trigger diabetes just from, what is it, guys? Stress. How? Because your body is releasing cortisol into your bloodstream. That is then raising your blood sugar, okay? And your blood sugar being high will then release more insulin into your bloodstream. Kidney disease and neuropathy. Black Americans with diabetes are 3 times more likely to develop kidney failure. High blood sugar damages the kidney filters. Eye disease, retinopathy. Diabetes is the leading cause of blindness in adults. High blood sugar damages the blood vessels in your eyes. So you being stressed out, that triggers, could be the cause of you going blind. Happened to you twice, your kidneys were shutting down. Prevention. Get yearly dilated eye exams, control blood sugar tightly, and manage your blood pressure. Doctors are not going to tell you that. They're going to put you on some meds. I have an appointment to see my doctor on the 13th. And I tell y'all right now, I'm about to come up off this shit. I'm about to be taking my chill again. I'm about to be doing all that. Nerve damage. About 50% of people with diabetes have nerve damage. Causes pain, numbness, tingling. This is for neuropathy. You're getting neuropathy. Okay? What can prevent that? Controlling your blood sugar. Check your feet daily for cuts or sores. Wear proper footwear. I can't tell you how many people have come to me with neuropathy. Foot problems. Black Americans are 2.7 times more likely to have lower limb amputations. Nerve damage and poor circulation is a dangerous combination. Prevention. Check feet every day. Moisturize your feet, but not between your toes. See a podiatrist regularly. Never go barefoot. Call doctor immediately for any foot wound. You started chilling sharp. No more ADD or bipolar meds. Told you. I told you. It even breaks down your medications. So hold on. These are your meds. When to test, normal, and diabetes target goals. So it tells you all what your numbers should be. Okay? Then your medication, how it works, and important notes. Metformin reduces sugar production in the liver, improves insulin sensitivity. Important notes. Take with meals. May cause stomach upset. Most common first medication. This one, siphonolysis, I don't even know what that is. Helps pancreas release more insulin, can cause low blood sugar intake before meals. DPP-4 inhibitors. A lot of black people are not given inhibitors or even blockers. We're given these meds though. right? So then it goes into kidney disease and kidney failure. It tells you all about your kidneys, critical information for the Black community. What is chronic kidney disease? Chronic kidney disease is a condition where your kidneys gradually lose their ability to filter waste and excess fluid from the blood. Your kidneys are vital organs that perform several life-sustaining functions. What your kidneys do: they filter waste, they balance fluids, they regulate your blood pressure, they make red blood cells, they keep your bones strong, and they balance electrolytes. What is the name of the program? All of this is on my pages, on my Stand Store. These are all books, but they all work together. So what I'm telling you about right now is the workbook. I call it the health handbook. Life by Type, I'm reading from O. Life by Type O Health Handbook. Okay, so this is also a book that you can take into the doctor with you because you have tracked everything. Okay, so then it tells you about all the stages of kidney disease. So let me just go to show you what the tracking looks like. Okay, so then it's got like a little mini foods list in there, tells you about the best foods, and it also has 25 low sodium recipes in the book as well. Okay, so then this is the tracking page. By day one. So all of your stuff, okay? Morning vitals, blood pressure, heart rate, blood sugar, weight. You're checking whether or not you feel good, okay, poor energy, high, medium, low. Food tracking, sodium goal, 1,500 milligrams a day. Okay, so then you put down what you had for breakfast, the sodium in it. Okay, because I'm telling y'all that low sodium is going to affect you more than anything. Y'all getting on a low sodium diet is going to change shit exponentially. I'm not even kidding. Y'all think that y'all know this shit before. Y'all are really gonna notice it when you cut out that fucking salt. I kid you not. When I was in the hospital, in the first day, I lost 10 pounds. The first day. I lost 25 pounds in 9 days. Because I was eating no salt. Because again, regular food, whole foods already have sodium. Turkey, for example. 3 ounces of turkey has 220 milligrams of sodium with no added salt. When you are eating beef, it has between 40 and 60 milligrams of sodium for 3 ounces of beef. So why do you need to slather it down with butter and salt and all this other shit? You're getting the sodium that the body is required to have without all the additional shit that's causing the problems. Okay? So then it tells you what was your total sodium milligrams for the day. Then those of you that are dealing with kidney issues, it has a place for you to put down your kidney markers, your afternoon check-in. So you are checking, because when you first start down this path of healing, when I first got out of the hospital, I had to take my blood pressure and heart rate every morning. Every morning, in order for my doctor to establish what my baseline, because everyone's baseline for high blood pressure or blood pressure is not going to be the same. There is a cookie cutter standard that they want us to be close to, but your particular baseline is not going to be the same as the other person's. Okay? The only way you're going to find out what your baseline is if you track your blood pressure every single day for 30 days and then look at the average. Okay? So my average blood pressure now is 120. My baseline is 124/77. Okay? in order for you to figure out what your individual baseline blood pressure is for you to track it. Okay? And it's not a one-time thing. And so then it also asks you what your symptoms were today. Did you have any chest pain? Did you have any shortness of breath? Any dizziness? Any nausea? Any headaches? Any fatigue? Okay? You have to know this stuff. Swelling, muscle cramps, any of these things that are just off. You now have a way to track these things. This is also going to create a way for you to start knowing your body. Because once you become very familiar with how your particular individual body functions, then you will know when it is off. You will know when something is not right. Just like all this time, we never knew what heart attacks were. Did we not know? We always thought it was Fred Sanford clutching, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. Didn't we? We didn't know it was shortness of breath. We didn't know it was pain in our back. We didn't know that it was neck pain. You got a pain in your neck and it's a fucking heart attack. Huh? We didn't know it was numbness in your arm. We did not know what a heart attack was. So me going into the hospital and they're like, you've been having heart attacks. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you talking about? Because I never went, oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. But if I sat here and I thought about it, I can tell you there was, heartburn. Exactly. Heart attack in most women feels like heartburn. You think it's indigestion. You think it's indigestion and your ass is having a freaking heart attack. And you go and take some freaking Tums. That was me. Every time I go down these 3 flights of stairs I have in my house, I was having a fucking heart attack. Every time I would get to the top of the stairs and I would stop right there and I would go, I was having a motherfucking heart attack. The only reason I am still alive today and talking to y'all right now, I fully believe that, is that I had to birth these books. Because we've all been going to doctors for decades and nothing has improved in your life. We've all been under this same racist medical system since birth. And all of us are still sick. Right? Exactly. Y'all have no idea how many near-death experiences I have had. Where people have literally said, it's a miracle you're still alive. First of all, my mother tried to abort me twice. My own mother. Twice. If nothing else, I should be drooling from one side of my mouth. Yeah, I found that out. After she died, mind you. Everybody has one of those aunts that knows everything about everything. Right? And she just be telling you shit that she should just be taken to the grave. If you don't have one of those, I'm sure you do have one of those. I never would have found that shit out if it hadn't been for her. You know your mom tried to abort you. What the fuck? Why the fuck would I know that? Why would I know that? And why would I need to know that? And then my father confirmed it because he was there. So imagine that. Imagine you being born despite other people's best efforts. I used to crash cars drunk and would just get up and walk away like nothing happened. The car looked like a goddamn accordion. And nothing was wrong with me. Yeah, she was very messy. She was very messy. shit, that sarcoidosis. They didn't expect me to live past that damn sarcoidosis that I cured myself from. Them doctors was definitely had me on my deathbed like, yeah, no, it's incurable. No one survives. And, bitch. You do not have the final say over anything. And that's why I tell y'all all the time, just because somebody told you that you have something, don't buy into that shit, because their entire livelihood depends on you believing them. The heart issue that I have right now. They're like, that white doctor was trying to get me to do that fucking procedure, and I was like, I'm not doing that. And he told me I was being extra. Remember? Just in September. He told me I was being extra by not doing this fucking procedure. He wanted to cut me in my groin and slide a tube up to my fucking heart. And I was supposed to say, sure, sign me up. I said, I'm not doing that. Oh, well, if you don't want to do the test, then you can just go home. You can just get the fuck out of here. That's what you can do. Who the fuck are you? Y'all have to start remembering these motherfucking doctors work for you. Okay? And the only way, right, heart catheter. The only way you are going to heal is that you heal yourself, because they are not in the business of healing you. They are in the business of selling you something to take every day. They are in the business of managing your ailment. They are medicine managers. That's all they are. That's all they are. All I needed them doctors for was to identify what the fuck was wrong with me. After that, I figured it out. Because if it was left up to them, I still would have that astronomically high-ass blood pressure that was never addressed at all. It took for me to go back in there and say, hey, you didn't address my anxiety. And that's why my blood pressure stays high all the time. And once we address the anxiety, now my fucking blood pressure is normal. So half of y'all walking around right now, listening to my voice, is walking around and your underlying problem is anxiety. You don't even know why you have anxiety. You don't even know why your nervous system is dysregulated. You don't even know why. And it could be because of generations of fucking trauma and abuse and all these things that have been handed down for you to carry, like the bag lady in Erykah Badu's song. And here we are. It's your turn to carry the baggage. And unless we get to the bottom of this shit and unpack the bag, we are going to continue to hand these illnesses down from generation to generation. The habits, the illnesses, the trauma, the stress, the cortisol, the adrenaline, all of it. The hypervigilance. We're going to continue to hand that shit down. And just having these conversations with our kids. This is what adds to the stress early. This is why Black people are diagnosed earlier with high blood pressure. Because we have to deal with reality younger than any other group in this fucking country. Because hey little man, hey little mama, your motherfucker's 5 years old, you calling them little man? Our kids become adults before other kids become adults. We are putting adult shit on our kids and they are stressed the fuck out. Look at this, the unaliving rates of these little teenagers at this point. When have teenagers been unaliving themselves? One thing I never did to Jordan was call him little man. Or tell him he was the man of the fucking house. He's not the man of the fucking house. He's the kid of the motherfucking house. He's the motherfucking kid. He will never be the man of the house. Not in my eyes, for real. In his eyes, I'm sure he is the man of the house. But I would never look to my son to be the man of the house. The fuck? Why are you making that their responsibility? You brought them into this fucking world, and now you're telling them at 10 years old he's the man? The fuck kind of parent are you? And then by the time your kid's 21, they got fucking high blood pressure. Now they gotta be on motherfucking high blood pressure meds for the rest of their fucking life. You out here sexualizing little 5-year-old girls. Hey, she a sexy little. First of all, sexy and little don't even go in the same fucking sentence. Those two words don't even go in the same sentence together. And then, how old were you when you gave your kids the talk about being black in America and how it is that the police will do this, that, and the other and all this other shit? How old were your kids when you gave them the talk that told them they needed to be hyper vigilant? We introduced that hyper vigilance into our kids' lives. Because we know how scary the world is. We know in our knower that if you had been born during that time, you would have been hanging from a tree. And this is the shit I'm talking about. So you wonder why your kids are stressed out? Because your kids have the weight of the world on their shoulders already. White kids get to go out here and play and just have a good fucking time enjoying their childhood. Our kids don't have that. Because they can't afford to be children. You know why? Because Tamar Rice was just at the park playing with his little gun and he came along and got killed. He was 11. Trayvon Martin went to get some Skittles and a goddamn iced tea. Walking home from the fucking corner store. Well, Michael Brown was minding his business. Kids. Emmett Till, I'm sure, was minding his fucking business. And some white lady, I guarantee you he did not speak to that woman first. I guarantee you. But our kids know to be hyper vigilant. They know to care more about white kids' feelings than they care about their own. Your child was diagnosed with anxiety at a young age. I bet he was. Yeah, they know that their mom and dad will take care of it. This is why that man, that boy was sexually abusing those girls in his house with his mama in the house. Y'all saw that boy who was abusing those girls in his house, and his mama was like, "Is everything okay? Oh, it's okay, okay." Well, come to find out, that boy, his father, and even the school officials have been literally terrorizing them girls. Terrorizing them to be silent. And then he goes to court. He was sexually abusing them in his house with his mama home. Do y'all really think a black mom is going to be that lax in her supervision of her kids that she, first of all, we don't really deal with them closed doors too well, do we? We don't even deal with that shit. What are you doing? Poof. What are you doing in here? What's going on? I ain't seen you all day. Come out here and spend time with the family. The fuck? What you in here doing? We gonna pop our head in, ain't we? What you in here doing? You ain't gonna get no chance to build no bombs or get gun components in the fucking mail and shit with us around. We nosy as fuck. We We nosy as fuck when it's in our house. If it's outside our house, we don't fuck do what you want to do. I don't want to give a fuck. Not them white women though. They'll be right downstairs, chug-a-lugging that goddamn wine, taking them goddamn volumes, so they can fucking zone out. Because they done signed on for this fucking life that they fucking hate, and now they're trapped, they don't know how to get out of it. You done had these goddamn anchor babies because you think that having an anchor baby, one of these psychopathic fucking husbands you got, is going to keep you fucking safe and a roof over your motherfucking head. Surprise, surprise, when 40 rolls around, your ass is getting traded in for the younger model. You better hope it ain't your daughter.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. Type shit.
Type shit.
So in the 4 workbooks, each of those books is over 100 pages. It allows you to have the pages that you can track every single thing that's going on. It even has a place for you to put all your medications, your doctor's appointments, all that shit you can take with you into the doctor so that they can see your vitals and how you're progressing. You, more importantly, can see how you are progressing. Because the book will tell you what your numbers need to be, and that is what you need to be striving towards. Okay? What's inside of this whole collection? 580 plus pages of life-saving education. 100 low sodium recipes, 25 per blood type. A 28-day daily health tracking system. Kidney function monitoring, medication tracking, and doctor visit prep, weekly and monthly progress charts. Everything you need in one place. There is no excuse for you falling off the wagon ever again. Who is this for? It's for people with congestive heart failure, people with type 2 diabetes, hypertension, chronic disease, managing any of these. The workbook is for you. Because numerous people have come up and said, do you have a diet for people that have diabetes? Do you have a diet for people with chronic kidney disease? Yes. Now I do. Now I do. Okay? Track your health daily. Look at this. So now you'll have all of your numbers. You'll have all of that stuff. You'll never have to guess what's going on with your body. You'll know. Okay? So those are the health books. So the 4 foods lists based on your blood type. The new recipe books with over 100 recipes plus 25 new low sodium books, the health handbooks, and then the one that I am most proud of is the hidden cost of being Black in America. Understanding allostatic load and its impact on our health. This is the missing link. The Minute ChatGTP is for people that want to live. Thank you, Miss Tina. That's exactly right. Because your health is worth fighting for. And if you don't believe that your health is worth fighting for, listen, we may not be able to extend the number of days we have on this planet or this plane of existence, but God damn it, you have the power to control how much quality of life you have. You may not be able to determine the quantity of life, but you can definitely improve your quality of life. What that means is I don't want to be a person that's not able to take care of themselves. I mean, have you seen the laws lately? They've changed the laws to whereas people that are considered disabled can now be institutionalized. This is the same shit that was happening in the 30s. So when you can no longer take care of yourself, their solution is putting your ass in a fucking institution. Did you know that even if you don't have any contact with your parents, they're now holding you responsible for taking care of your parents? Legally. Because why? Because they've cut all the funding to the nursing homes. So not only are you responsible for taking care of your kids, but you're also now responsible for taking care of your parents. And there's quite a few of you that are already taking care of your parents. I do remember this black lady talking about creating a program that would help people afford adult daycare for their families, but we didn't like the way she laughed. So there's that. You said what she was saying was word salad. Is it still word salad when you need the fucking assistance because your parents need to be in a fucking adult daycare center? Is it still word salad? Still? And what did they do today? They've decided that they're going to cut all of the child care funding that the government was assisting with. Why did they say they were going to cut all the funding to daycare centers? What do y'all think that's going to do to your life? Even if you don't depend on, like, say, what do they call that, Chapter 21 or whatever the fuck it used to be back in the day? I never got any of those vouchers or whatever for daycare. Luckily, I had a family that took care of Jordan when I was at work. I was blessed that way. On top of your affordable health care tripling. On top of that, more stress. So hold on now. They're blaming the Somalians in Minnesota for this daycare fraud. So this white incel guy, loser, piece of shit guy, him and 7 other white guys show up at a Somali owned and run daycare center and were recording, and then said that they were defrauding the state of Minnesota because nobody was there and nobody let them in and nobody was really operating. So they were just giving money to this daycare center and nobody was there, which is a bold-faced lie, because tapes confirm that there are people bringing their kids in and out of this daycare center all day. Secondly, when he came with 7 other white men into a black-owned, Somali, African-owned daycare center, and they would not allow him to come in. Now, mind you, these people are trying to round up ICE. So what do you think the administrators of the school are going to think when 7 or 8 white men try to come into a daycare center for children? You own a daycare center. You just gonna let 7 or 8 strange white men come into the daycare center that you don't know who they are? You are the person that is charged with the safety and care of these children, and you're just gonna let 7 or 8 random ass white dudes come up in the school with your kids? So now, the funding to daycare centers has been canceled per DJT, whatever the fuck they call him, right? Because of fraud. Well, come to find out, the person that committed all this fraud in Minnesota was a white woman for $250 million. $250 million was defrauded from Minnesota for Minnesota's child care system. Some white lady. Hold on, let me see if I got the video. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. I'm gonna show y'all something else in a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the video of the nurse who was breaking the bones of the little black babies in the NICU last year. Y'all remember that? I don't have the video. But y'all remember the nurse? They found out the nurse was breaking the bones of the little babies in the intensive care unit last year. Y'all remember that? Well, she's out on $25,000 bond. Come to find out, she killed a set of twins. She's out on $25,000 bond. And also something that they never said, but we all knew. We all knew, right? We all knew. Something that they never confirmed or said, but we all knew. All the babies were black. They finally just confirmed that all the babies were black. So when I tell you, when I say the reason there is no accountability in this country is because they create laws that make it so that they can't hold you accountable for shit. Y'all was like, They made a law, remember? They made a law for white women to be able to kill black women and children. Y'all remember that? The Casual Killing Law, the Casual Killing Act of 1667. Where do you think all of that energy went to? All of that energy. Yeah, all of them bitches are in the healthcare industry. Where y'all think all of that murderous energy went to? Y'all be the first motherfuckers to say that energy doesn't die, right? Y'all be the first ones to say energy lives on forever and ever. Well, where the fuck did all of that murderous, envious, jealous energy that them white bitches had back in the day, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Why do y'all think black women have so much drama around having kids, around giving birth? Why is it that we are the ones that are dying 3-1 in hospitals? Who are the fucking caretakers at the hospital?
Been in here this whole time, huh?
How much stress has our body gone through just that's been handed down? All that's in the book. All of that is in the book. All of it is in the book. The hidden cost of being black in America. And then y'all wonder why I didn't want them to be around any of them motherfuckers when I was in the hospital. Fats, get out from underneath this table. Come here. Just can't let him have any sudden moves, guys. I just can't let him have any. I have to coordinate his movements underneath this desk. Y'all see now. Y'all see. Hi, Bubba. You okay? Fat's getting old, y'all. My boo-boo is getting old. Look at him getting all white around the face. I'm getting old, y'all. I got an old silver beard. That's my boy. This is going to break my heart. You going? I'm almost done. I know you're just signaling for me to get off. I'm almost done. Linka is 9 and Fats will be 6. He is a border collie pit bull mix. Hi, Gigi. He's a Border Collie Pit Bull mix, and he is 95 pounds. And he is my love. If I would have known everything about Fatsy, he probably wouldn't have been the one I chose, but he is the one that chose me. We chose each other. Yes, he will bite. Absolutely. Every dog will bite, sweetie. Even the nicest dog, you come to the nicest dog with your nasty energy, he's gonna fucking bite you. And rightly so. The fuck? You come towards me with the wrong kind of energy, Fats is on your ass. Fats don't even allow Jordan to get up on me. He doesn't even let Jordy. It don't matter what's going on. Fats is like, if I'm on my bed and Jordan is at my door and we're talking about something, Fats literally is standing in between us. He don't play about me. I don't know if it's because I give him the good snacks. I don't know. But he don't play about me. And rightly so. What the fuck you look like feeding a dog all his fucking life and taking care of him all his fucking life and him not protecting the shit out of you? The fuck? I would return him. Yes, he's extremely protective. He can go back to sender. I know. He's broke. I'd like my money back, please. The fuck I look like feeding a dog that he ain't gonna bite your ass you come through my window? What the fuck I look like? The fuck? Friendly dog. Those two things shouldn't even be in a sentence together. You tell him. You better let him know, Fat Daddy Juju. You about to go over here and bark at nothing right now. I'm telling you, that's how it should be. If you gonna have a dog, he better be willing to lay his life down for you. God damn it. Did y'all see the lady that's suing the IRS? Saying that her dog should be able to be claimed as a dependent? Damn right, we all need to get behind that. Because what the fuck? Think about it. When is your dog not a dependent? You feed them their entire life. Eventually, your kids will grow up and move the fuck out if you're lucky. That dog is dependent on you for everything. How is that not a fucking dependent? And these two eat like a fucking grown-up. If you gotta have insurance for your dog, then it's a fucking dependent. Why are you selling dog insurance if they're not a dependent of mine? I mean, come on now. We got a lot of people we need to be suing. The vet insurance, all of that shit. Dog food. I was spending $200 a month on fucking dog food. I can't even tell you how much I'm spending now that I'm feeding them real food. The fuck? Dependence. We are just getting bilked. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And then if they go out here and bite somebody, you're responsible. So they're not a dependent. If I'm being held responsible for how my dog behaves, then that's a motherfucking dependent. Yeah, all of them. Your cat, your hamster, your potbelly pig. If you are feeding and taking care of something, that's a motherfucking dependent. We need to wake the fuck up. 2026, we need to be taking the fight to them. Exactly. Claim them on your fucking, give them motherfuckers a social security number. I'm about to go apply for Fats and Lincoln to have social security numbers, goddamn it. I'm just saying. We need to be taking to them, not them taking the fight to us every fucking day. Every day, there's another fucking assault on us from the fucking government. Every day. Every day. Did y'all hear? Hold on, let me tell you what your boy said. Let me tell you what your boy said. And now I gotta go get me something to eat because I'm starving. I gotta play this because it's funny. Well, there were two videos I wanted to play for y'all because they're both hilarious, but this one's first. Hold on, let me turn my glasses off because I'm pretty sure y'all haven't seen this today. Because when I saw it, I couldn't help but giggle. Hold on. Oh, my glasses are still connected. Disconnect my glasses now. Not connected. Okay, turn them off. Turn them off. Turn them off. You just will not turn off. Okay, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn off the Bluetooth. Because y'all have got to hear this shit. Because this is going to make your whole day. This is about to make your whole day. Hold on. Disconnect my glasses. Turn it off. All right. So here we go. Hold on. Yeah, dogs have jobs. They be running fucking farms and shit.
Somebody asked this man about Epstein, and he came out and said, why y'all not asking about the people around me being on the list? Y'all listen to what he said.
But they only mention my name. They don't mention any of you guys. They don't mention Tom. They don't mention Steve. They don't mention our great speaker. They mention Trump all the time. I'd like to have them mention you. But remember this, Obama cheated on the election. And you should mention that every time they give you a question that's not appropriate. Just say, oh, by the way, Obama cheated on the election.
Well, Tom, Steve, and Lil Mikey, y'all got some splaining to do. Ookie Booty just implicated y'all to being on this Epstein list because he said if I'm going down, y'all going down with me. He said, I seen the files, I seen the list. I know these niggas is on it too. Ask these niggas about the list. Why these motherfuckers ain't being asked about the list? They on the list. Shit, question them too. Stop just including me. And he ain't never gonna let the Obama shit go. Like, bruh, y'all not about to prosecute Obama. Obama not about to come and talk to y'all and do none of that shit. So leave Obama name out of it. I already gave you a formal warning.
This man said, how come you ain't asking about them? This man said, why y'all always just asking about me? How come you ain't asking about them? He is that guy. He is that guy. He is that guy that will throw your ass under the bus. And this is what makes him so dangerous, because he is that guy that is willing to burn it all down because he is being taken down. He is that guy. And this is why it's so dangerous for us as Americans, because he is that guy. That if he's that motherfucker that if I can't have her, no one will type shit. Nino Brown. Ooh, I can't wait for somebody to make I done turned it off. I cannot wait for somebody to make some Nino Brown videos like they did with Diddy when he was on trial.